All right, welcome back to another video. My Lyric Graffiti X is sitting here. This is a couple days after I did the review and I had some issues with it and I had to walk about a mile home. Now, what's crazy is the motor started turning on and off. I wasn't getting that 24H error code all the time on the display. So I reached out to the company right away. I actually did it while I was walking home in that video. And I asked them, hey, like, what's this code and what does that mean? While I brought it back to the house, I had to walk about a mile. And then I was like, let me see if it will work the next day. And it was making a lot of noise. Let me take the strap off and take the bike back out. And let me show you what I think is the problem. And let's listen to what the problem might be as well. So because I don't have my other camera here and I'm using my GoPro, you guys are gonna have to bear with me. I have my helmet on right now so I can have both my hands free. I did start getting it ready to ship back. That's why the handlebars are off, but I'll turn it on real quick. Let's go over here, make sure it pops on. You're gonna see that we still have a battery charge on there, 58.2 volts. And I don't even know how many miles I got out of this thing. I think I did like 13 to 18 miles or so. And I plan to do like 3 or 4 different videos on this thing, but it just didn't work out. So without further ado, I'm gonna have to try to do this nicely. I'm gonna move this thing over this way and let's listen to the motor while I pull the throttle. That's full throttle right there. It's not going any faster than that. And look, it instantly stops. Like it has a regen like activated, or the brakes are like squeezed, but they're not. So there's definitely, I think, something locked up in this motor. And of course, I checked everything else too, because I know you guys are thinking, oh, it's probably rubbing on something or the cable or this or something like that. And no, it's not rubbing on anything back here. So there's definitely an internal issue on here. And that kind of raises a concern of people thinking about buying this bike, because you're pushing a lot of power out of this 3,000 watt motor. And I believe it's a 3,000 watt motor, or it should be. Yeah, it says it right there. It's upside down, but yeah, 60 volts, 3,000 watts. And the day that I rode this thing, I want to say, I think it was like 101 or 102. So it was a very, very hot day. But I think the mistake with this bike right now is the fact that they didn't have any safety parameters put in. So I have a Sur-Ron over here, and I have a BAC 8000. This has a BAC 4000. They all have the same features that you can do. And I have temperature sensors on here, and it tells me the temperature on this display. If it goes over, I think like 90, it starts cutting my power, 90C, I believe. And then if it goes over like 110C or 120C, I think it completely like cuts the bike off. Whereas this one, it cut off when I think the motor was messed up. The hall sensor got messed up, or the copper on the inside of the motor, something messed up. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not like an engineer when it comes to the inside of these motors. I don't mess with them. Honestly, as much as I do e-bike stuff and I might plug and play some stuff to make my bikes go faster, I don't take none of that stuff apart. I don't do motors. I don't mess with the controllers on the insides. I just get parts that plug and play and I'm good to go. So I couldn't tell you anything like that. And another thing too is this bike is down, which sucks. I mean, I was gonna send it back anyway. I still think that I would probably wanna buy one myself, even though $4,000 is a lot. But I have a bunch of other bikes down too that I gotta look at, and I don't even know if I'm gonna do it in today's video, but I took the side panel off of this thing, and I wanna show you what's going on with my Super 73 as well. I gotta say, I miss doing videos like this when we would just have fun and I would just record a bunch of stuff and we just, I don't know, just bullshit and talk, and it wasn't all serious. It wasn't a bunch of reviews and all that stuff. I really miss doing stuff like this. So right now, the bike is out, everything is connected. So I have both batteries connected. So this goes to the top battery, which is a powerful lithium battery. This one goes to the bottom battery. And then, wait, no. So these two on the bottom, I'm sorry, go to the controller. These two right here go to the top battery. This fuse is also good, so don't worry about it charging and whatnot. I want to see where the bike state is at right now. Let's see if it even turns on. Oh, well, it tried to turn on. So what I want to do is let me grab this charger real quick. Let's hook this up. Oh, wrong way. Plug that in. Is the charger on? No, the charger's not on. Let me get that real quick. Now that the charger's on, doesn't look like it's charging because look, I mean, I'm moving it back and forth, not doing nothing. And keep in mind, both of these batteries are plugged in together. So now I could turn it on. It comes on, and if you guys can see that, it says 83.7 volts. Let me make sure everything is clear, move it over, and show you that the bike's moving under power. Well, look, if I go super high, did you see that voltage drop right there? Let me show you that real quick again. Look at that, 45 volts up to 75, and if I really go high, see, I hit it so hard, all that power drew, and it just cut off. And I'm pretty sure most of the time when it does that, it goes into controller protection mode. It's not showing it right now though, which is funny. I was doing this last night. Look at that, 39.48 volts. Says the battery is completely dead. There we go, now controller protection. So not exactly sure what is going on. I also decided, I was like, you know what? Let me unplug this and let's see what happens. So unplug that, come back up. Voltage just keeps dropping until it's completely dead. So that sucks. So then I decided, I was like, let me come in here, and I know these ones go to the controller. So I was like, okay, let me just unconnect this one, unconnect this one. Let's just get rid of this top battery, all right? Not even gonna use this one at all. Let's just directly connect the bottom battery up to itself. And let's see if that works. Try to turn it on, nothing. Get the charger, put the charger on here. It made a little popping noise, which means it would activate that BMS if people are thinking, oh, the BMS probably is not turned on. It probably went to sleep. And let's see. Seems like it's doing okay, right? But nope, the voltage is still dropping. And let's go a little higher. And it died. So, oh, it's going again. But it's not holding a voltage when it has any type of power run through it. So let's pull this off again. Keep in mind, still on that single battery. And watch the power drop all the way down. And I know you guys might be thinking, okay, these wires to the controller probably aren't connected good enough, and it's probably not holding a good connection. And I went through and made sure they're not corroded. They didn't come loose. I even like held them on there too to make sure like it was making good connection, and that's all good because I have this taped up down here so none of the wires come in contact. The thing is with this setup is now what I want to try to do is let's disconnect this battery and let's hook up just the top battery. And the thing is, I don't know if this works because I think they're made to run together. But we'll try it anyway. So those are both connected. And there you go. So the top battery won't turn on whatsoever. Now there is no way to charge this top battery at all. This doesn't work. This isn't made to charge. This is just in a Shark Tank battery. The wires come out from the top. This could technically be dead, but I still think that this is a bad battery. But I also feel like the way this was connected and the lines were done, I don't think I could just run the top battery as well. This was made to connect to this, and this was made to charge both batteries off of this, which is these plugs right here. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. I think the best thing I should do is probably I'll leave it disconnected because I've had it hooked up for a long time. Because if one of these batteries is really bad, then I probably don't want to have it connected. But I went on to Amazon, and MB Power has this same battery for, I think, $1,200. Debating if I want to go that route. There's some numbers back here. It's really dusty. But this is a 72 volt, 32 amp hour, 2,304 watt hours. And it's a great battery. I mean, okay, well, it's decent. It's great for what it is, for being kind of cheap on that side, I would say. But I still don't know if I want to spend $1,100 or $1,200 on a battery to fix this thing. I'm really debating if I want to go with another powerful lithium battery, but if I do that, they don't make batteries like this. The batteries they make go on the bottom, which means this would have to be mounted on the top somewhere. I might even have to have holes drilled for this side because the controller is bolted right here. If the powerful lithium battery is on this side, the controller would have to go right here. I don't think I can use these holes anymore. I'd have to drill my own. So I don't know if I want to go that route. I honestly don't know what I really want to do. I really want to get this bike working though, even if it's not as fast as it used to be. The Super 73 bike has been one of my favorite bikes, and they're super expensive now, so I do plan on holding on to this one because I'm never probably going to buy another one because I'm not buying this for like $4,000 with it only going like 31 miles an hour with a stock 750 watt motor or 1,000 watt motor, whatever it is. So I love this bike, but I don't know what we're gonna do. So that's what's going on with this one. Now let me show you guys how the Rev One's looking with that motor wire in the back. Trying to get this stuff out is kind of hard sometimes. All these bikes are so close and people are like, why are you selling the K6 and why are you selling this and that? Oh crap, what am I pulling? And that's just because the room, guys, the room. I even have the Go e-bike that I'm gonna be reviewing soon. That's in my house because I have no room out here. And that's not okay. I don't wanna have stuff in my house. All right, so this is probably gonna be hard to find. Let me get a light real quick and see if we can see this. I'm not planning on taking this thing off today. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna do it. But basically, I already took the screw out. I think the screw's up here. Yeah. Let's see if I can get it. Here's the screw. So I can't tell. It doesn't look like it broke off. It just looks like it's a very small screw. But it does look like the last two threads, if you guys can see that, yeah, it looks like they are stripped. Those little white lines right there on the very end right here. I think that's a stripped bolt right there on the end. But anyways, that could be why it came off. And what's up with this? What kind of package we got now? But yeah, so it cut it just enough. I think I might be able to repair it, but I did get a new motor. This is gonna go back to factory stock. I have the motor, I think, in one of these boxes right here. That's the new one down there. So I think I'm gonna just sell this as a completely stock bike, and then we're gonna go from there. We're gonna transfer all the rest of the remaining stuff on here, the basket, the battery, controller, all to the dirt model once we get that in. Yeah, more stuff. All right.
You don't have enough bikes already?
I know, man, they just keep coming. Yeah, you could probably just set it right here. I'll figure it out.
Will you fucking take them off road or something?
Well, a lot of them are modified.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so see how I have the whole battery set up in here and the two batteries wired together and the custom motor in the back, and this one was doing like 55. That was doing 54.
Yeah. So you can ride these on the road?
Yeah, yeah. As long as you don't go like over the e-bike speed limit, which is 28 miles an hour around here in California.
Oh, okay.
But if you go off road or you're not around cops, just go as fast as you want. But if you get caught, that's on you, you know. But if you're going under 30, they're probably not gonna say anything.
How long does the battery last?
It depends. Like this one is probably one of my biggest range ones because I have the dual battery set up on here. So if I was going with traffic at 45 or 50 miles an hour, probably like 40 to 50 miles. But if I was doing like 20 or 25 miles, I'd probably get almost like 100, like 80 to 100 miles if you go a lot slower. But it depends on where you're riding to, if you're going up hills and stuff like that. They're fun, man. They're super fun.
I'll bet. You got one more. Let me go grab it.
Oh, shit. Okay. I guess we getting bikes today. So this one is, if I don't get my address on here, this is the Anoke. This is the A8 Pro. Oh, this is the all-wheel drive one. So that means that the other package should be the front wheel. I thought it was going to be another bike, but I think the Rev One DRT is coming on another day. But it's funny, man. I'm filming and I'm getting more bikes than I need to. So these are all probably going to go in the house, I think. That's the front motor for this because it's a dual motor e-bike.
What do you do with them once you're done reviewing them?
Sell them. So
sell them for?
basically half the price of what they're worth, and I only ride them for maybe 20 to 40 miles.
Yeah, it looks like you got your hands full.
Yeah.
Man, I'll let you get to it.
All right, man. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Not exactly sure if I want to put this one together today, but I already put the Ride One Up Rev One back, so you guys know what's going on with that, and it's just gonna go back to stock when I have time. This one, on the other hand, I really think it's gonna sit for a very long time until I decide if I want to buy that battery or not. Or I don't know what I really want to do with it, but I think it's just gonna sit. But I'm not getting rid of this bike. I'll definitely get rid of that one once I convert it back to stock. All right, I apologize after I was rudely interrupted by my GoPro twice because it's been overheating. That's gonna be a big problem, I think, in Fresno, California, or in California in general, because it's gonna be super hot this summer. But what I was trying to say is once that one goes back to stock, I don't care about getting rid of that one. We have the DRT one coming in, has way better suspension. I plan on changing the tires out on the DRT one anyway. So once that one is completely back to stock, I'll sell it, but it's gonna be a while, trust me. It's probably gonna be like, I wanna say like 2 months, if that. It just depends. I need to stop having these bikes come in. It's good because it's nice, good revenue, because I could sell them at the end of the day, but I'm getting so overwhelmed and tired. But I am excited though, because these bikes are dope. Like that one is pretty sick. And that goat bike that's inside my house right now, can't wait to ride that one. So we're gonna review that one, and we gotta do the Romeo Pro. And now what I gotta do is I gotta put this thing, get ready for it. I gotta wrap it up, get some tape, and put it back in its box, because Lyric is gonna come pick up this bike. I don't know who they're sending to pick up this bike, but yeah, it's gonna be gone soon, and we'll see if I get my own. I really kind of want my own, but I don't know how I feel about it. Oh, one quick thing to mention about this bike is that it comes with an 8-amp charger, which is pretty cool. Most bikes do not come with those types of chargers. Nice brakes, good suspension. Like I said, I really didn't get to talk about this bike too much, and it's a paperweight now. It's just sitting there. I mean, if I did replace the motor, which I could use the one that I have in one of those boxes, I'm not gonna do that though. It's not mine to keep. And again, I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, psych, we're not done, but I did get this boxed up, ready to go back to Lyric whenever they pick it up, which I think is tomorrow. And I decided, you know what, I'm already out here, I'm sweating my balls off, but I'm just gonna start putting this thing together. And you might be wondering why there's 2 packages. I think I mentioned it. Holy crap, what the hell? What kind of rotor is that? That just caught me off guard right now. So I think I mentioned it. There's 2 packages because this is the front wheel. That's what I was telling the FedEx driver. But wow, I've never seen a rotor that big. Is the brake caliper gonna like cover all of this? Because if it covers like a lot of that, that's gonna be impressive. But if it only does the outside, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, that's interesting. That's gonna weigh a lot too. All right, well, let's get the rest of this thing out and see how it looks when it's put together. All right, so I'm done putting the Anoke A8 Pro Max together. Now, this is the dual motor setup. It actually didn't take that long. I thought it was gonna take a long time to do, because with front motors on these things, it always takes an extra little bit to put these torque arms right here. This I thought was gonna be an issue because it's such a big rotor. I don't even know what you call this thing. Like, I don't get it. The brakes look decent. They look really nice, but they only grab like this much of the rotor. Like, it only goes up to this line or so. So it's not covering the whole thing. I would have liked to seen it cover like all of that. That would have been sick. There's also this, and I think this is probably manufacturing mistake where they were gonna put like a brake line or something this way, but instead it's like over here. But yeah, that's not going to anything. Fender right here, headlight and everything is similar to the Ihora Romeo Pro 2. It bolts up just like the other one, like to the forks and everything like that. Same headlight as well too. It's exactly the same design. And it looks like it's almost the same setup in the forks too, because you have the same type of looks on the top as you do here. So a lot of similarities to this one, It also has the same torque plates too. So that's interesting. I don't know if they're the same company or not, or maybe come from the same manufacturer, I'm not sure, but that's a new thing going on now. You get dual motors and you get these little torque plates, but overall, very nice bike and easy to put together. Now I'm gonna do is take it down the street and see how it is. It says leader on the screen. All right, let's go. So it goes, the 5 is sport, and you can see the wheels turning. I don't know what the green thing means though. I'm assuming that's gonna give us all our power possible. That one did the same thing on that screen where they actually got red when you went to the final setting. So, ooh, all right, let's see how this is. I hope I torqued everything down properly, because as soon as you put these bikes together, it's like real nerve-wracking kind of taking it out for a test spin down the road to make sure everything's good. I think we had cruise control too, because I let off and it was still moving. And I did almost wreck this bike. As I was putting it together, this was all on and the chain came off while I was just kind of moving it around in the garage. And yeah, it took off on me. I had to grab it, but it didn't fall over or nothing like that. But this is pretty quick. 37, 38, 39, 40. I don't know if we're actually doing 40 or not. Oh, dang, cruise control still. Oh, dang, the front was nice and plush. Oh, but, oh, it's bottoming out really bad though. Oh yeah. So, look at that, I'm already hitting it. So, I'm assuming I'll have to adjust this a little bit to get that. Oh, okay, that's a little too much. Whoa. It had the throttle on a little longer. All right, let's see how that is. Oh, that's better. Okay. It just needed a little bit of adjustment because that was really, really bad. All right. Cool bike. Well, let's see how it is to pedal. There's a slight delay in the pedals. Nothing crazy, but man, this thing is moving. I do feel like that front tire is ever so slightly not beaded correctly because I can see that front tire kind of wobbling side to side, and that's what's giving me a little bit of a heavy vibration. Nothing crazy, but yeah, this is pretty cool. Definitely gets up to speed. I thought it wasn't going to be as nimble as it is because front wheel drive or dual motor bikes, they really have a tendency of being heavy in the front. That's not bad though. The pedals definitely move too quick though, I'll say that. As soon as you barely move them, the bike takes off. So you gotta be careful on that. One cool thing about this bike is that it gives you an 8 amp charger. And that's pretty cool because the Lyric came with an 8 amp charger. None of these other bikes come with 8 amp chargers. Sometimes they'll come with like dual chargers and whatnot if you have a dual battery setup. But it makes sense because this is a 60 amp hour battery and you want to charge this thing as fast as possible. I'm sure it's still going to take hours, so you might want to do it overnight, but make sure, you know, you do it in a safe environment and stuff like that. But yeah, cool bike so far. Not too bad. The brakes felt really good too, and it was pretty comfortable. The only thing I noticed is the front was bottoming out, but after I kind of fixed the compression and all that kind of stuff, I didn't even mess with this side. I don't even know what the side is. It's kind of like hidden, but so far so good. So on that note, guys, I'll let you guys go. That was the end of the video. I know I probably ended it earlier, but we're ending it now because I didn't know I was gonna put this bike together. Sweating my ass off. It's like 100 and something today, so I'm gonna get inside, relax, go edit some videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we probably take one of these and do something with it. I don't know. We'll probably do this one or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think in my head what I'm gonna do.